Hey Vijay, thanks so much for your talk so far. I'm building Rome, which is yard training built for dogs. We are working on our matching and using AI and generative AI to make that better. However, one of the things I struggle with is where do we actually start, right? What is the data infrastructure tooling that we can use to capture the data and then actually take some action on top of it? Apologies if it's very low level.
Oh, no, Anna, thanks for the question. I would say a couple of things. Number one, in my experience, there are things that I've done wrong, and then that I've learned from those mistakes, and then, we have kind of pivoted. Where I kind of regret is not moving fast enough, even when the tooling was at a very, not a sophisticated level. There are places in which I have hesitated in my past where, I would say I could have risked a little bit and then moved with something. You know, it doesn't matter what you kind of go in with. Going in with something rather than not going at all has its own advantages. Number one. Number two, the power of AI comes from the velocity part. What I mean by velocity is when if you try 10 things in my business and then if three or four work out well, that is a good strike rate. So, you could do one of two things. You could kind of wait for the perfect solution and then kind of introduce it, learn from it, and then slowly iterate it. Or you can go with something that is not fully fleshed out, but it's a good start. Go and then, put it out there, understand how users are reacting, and then iterate it well, and then kind of move on. The power of AI comes from the iteration part. If you think about it, um, Tesla is a good example. I'm not saying like do exactly what Tesla does, but all I'm trying to say is even when something is not fully cooked up, fully buttoned up, it is okay if it is not a life and death situation. It is okay to kind of release it in public, see how it works out. Worst case scenario, people are going to not like it, and then you can always pivot back, take it back. But your larger question is, where do I start? I would say, instead of building a huge infra, I would say go light as much as possible at the very initial phase. Um, a lot of places, hyperscalers, AWS, for example, GCP, for example, have a lot of pre-built solutions that don't need a lot of data for training, so that you can kind of hook up with a simple API in terms of your search or matching or anything that you can kind of think of. And this was true even 5 years ago. So, and those types of tools have got much, much, much better. And one thing that I would say people sometimes don't use it as much as they could is the architecture services that are offered by AWS. So you can go to AWS today or GCP today and then say, hey, I'm starting a business. This is my problem, and this is what I'm trying to solve. I mean, either way, you're going to use one of the hyperscalers to kind of go about your business anyhow. But sometimes we don't think about these things natively, so we don't take advantage of these. AWS and GCP, it is in their best interest to have you as their long-term customer, and then they do well as you're kind of doing well as well. So I would say, don't worry so much about the where do I start part. Start somewhere, and then make sure that you talk to your AWS rep or GCP rep so that they can kind of help you as well. And remember, your success is their success as well. If you are going to become a Netflix tomorrow, then they have as much a stake in the game as you do.